Hi there, and welcome to the North Pole. I've been asked by the proprietor of this YouTube channel to say a few words as we're approaching Christmas time about gifts. Now, I'm keeping this list. So, it's really important. But A, I got to memorize this list. B, I got a flight plan in here. And C, somehow I got to get all that into that small space to haul it all over the place. But I was asked today to come talk a little bit about gifts. Now, not the kind of gifts you're probably thinking about, not the kind that come in a box, a bucket, a ball, a circle, a parachute, you name it. Whatever packaging, just imagine. Not that kind of gift. I'm here to talk a little bit today about gifts and where they come from. Now, what kind of gifts am I talking about? Of course, we're talking about the spirit of giving, right? But part of that spirit is also receiving. And a lot of times we don't understand, sometimes, why we don't get gifts, right? And other times we can't explain how we got gifts. They just came, right? And there are other times when we have gifts and they may be taken from us. And those gifts can range from a lot of different things in a lot of different areas of life. They could be tangible things for sure. They could be opportunities. They could be relationships. I think I hear the train coming. Some of the elves are bringing some special stuff in to be able to ship off. Hopefully they can manage that on their own. But gifts, those gifts take many forms. Not necessarily tangible, right? But these gifts obviously can be given, can be received. We can lose gifts. But why is that? How is it that I, on one day, can be somehow worthy of a gift, to receive a gift, on another day, not feel worthy of receiving a gift? Other days, wondering, where did my gift go? Right? Where are those gifts that I received? Where did they go? When we dig into it, what do we find out? What do we find when we dig into it? These are some of the things that I keep track of when I'm making my list, right? It's our awareness. It's our awareness about something that's a big driver about whether we can receive, whether we aren't receiving, and potentially when we can lose gifts, right? And the biggest area that is, it's fear. We get so caught up in having enough. Typically, it's the material. Ironically, considering that Christmas time, we give gifts, right? But remember, that's a symbol. That's a symbolism in giving gifts. It is an outward demonstration of what should be happening on the inside, right? Those gifts to care for, right? To serve others, right? To be kind, to be merciful during others' time of need. And also to recognize when we're in those same positions and then to receive those gifts, right? Feel worthy that we're worthy enough to receive those kind of gifts. Because we can punish ourselves. We can take our own gifts away. We can put ourselves in an unworthy state to where we don't receive gifts. And what happens then? We become sour, we become crass, we become cynical. We become people in the community, no matter who you're affiliated with or what, who are bitter, right? Who divide, where they become so fixated on just the material, that outward expression, that now it's not about receiving gifts, it's about taking others' gifts too, right? And so we're all in this, I guess you could say we're all in this blender together, right? And our gifts are coming and they're going, and we don't always know where we are in the whole alignment of that. And alignment is important because what you'll find is when we remove that fear from our lives, remove that apprehension that is rooted in fear, that unworthiness that we may feel, even in the teeny tiniest amounts, right? Whether it's somebody who made you feel slightly unworthy, disrespected, all the things, right? You end up minimizing yourself and your worthiness, and you don't want to feel that again. So then you say, I'm not worthy of that gift. Alignment is important. We have to feel worthy of the gifts, right? But we also have to be worthy of giving as well, right? It's a door that swings both ways. To give means we receive. To receive means we must give. At any point, we stop giving or we don't feel worthy enough to receive, that's where we get blocked. And when we get blocked, we start thinking, we start overthinking. And the last thing you want is a reindeer that's overthinking, okay? We start to overthink, and then what happens? We put ourselves in a corner. Well, I'll settle for this, or I'll settle for that, or I won't ask for this, and I won't ask for that. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It's the holidays. Obviously, I'm going to be giving some gifts out this year, but I'm going to give you a gift that is going to keep giving back to you every day of the rest of your life. And that's this. When you align your worthiness as somebody who's worthy of receiving gifts and remind yourself that I'm worthy of the gift because I am a worthy gift giver, you stay in that loop, stay in that mind frame every day. It won't be monetary. It won't be material. Always will it be these things. It won't always be relational. It won't always be the sun came out today, but it'll be something. And then have thankfulness for that gift. And what you will find is thankfulness, share the gift with others, share the gift of kindness, alleviate someone else's fear, reassure them, uplift them, motivate them where you can, inspire them where opportunity presents itself, show kindness, show mercy. These are the real gifts. Yes, there are other material gifts for sure, and we can have fun with that. And there's nothing wrong with having fun with that. But if we fixate on those things, if we fixate on things that aren't the true nature of what it means to give, right? To sacrifice for others, and then to have others sacrifice for us, right? To have the divine sacrifice, right? For us. If we don't feel worthy of that, we'll never be able to receive that, right? And if we're too crass to think, well, I don't need that, then we're missing the point. Because everything is in cycles, in seasons. Don't the seasons turn round and round and round? Yes, they do. Doesn't the earth turn round and round and round? Isn't the solar system going around and round and round? Don't we have opportunities that come around often? Nothing is written. The next page of your story is not written. The gift, another gift that I will give you, is to tell you that. The next page of your story is not written. Whether it's you as an individual, you as a family, you amongst friends, any of the groups you're organized and associated with, organizations, far and wide, doesn't matter. Could be nationalities, could be cultures, all of it. There's never a lost opportunity to stop and refuse to fear, refuse to give in to fear, refuse to give in to the notion that there won't be enough for me, right? And have the realization that there will always be enough for you. You will always have enough. Birds flying around, they don't care about where they're getting their food tomorrow. Tomorrow will get here when tomorrow gets here, right? But what do? We judge those who think this very same way, right? We judge the walk of others while at the same time being in fear, taking potentially taking from others opportunities, their gifts, and that's okay. This is what we see in culture, where we made it okay to take others' gifts or to compete for others' gifts, right? No, compete with yourself, for yourself, to bring blessings to your life that would come from what you give, right? Right? Do you think people remember the great Claus because of what he received? No. No, they don't. They only remember because of what he gave, right? So keep that in mind. You'll only be remembered for what you give. You will never be remembered for what you received. Nobody's aware of that. Nobody has any knowledge of that. And that isn't to say give gifts for accolades. That is to say that if you're going to make a difference, if you're going to truly transform culture during this season, right? Turn the corner, have fun, giving gifts. Give the gift of mercy. Give the gift of forgiveness. Give the gift of love, right? Reaffirm love in lives of people who you love and care about. Because when you do this, this is how you will also receive. But you have to understand that you have to line yourself away from fear. Don't worry about what others think. Be creative, flourish. Don't hem yourself into bad environments where others take your gifts. Could be take advantage of your talents. Take advantage of your good nature. Don't be harsh. Don't be unkind. Don't be unprofessional. Don't be all the things that you wouldn't want people to be to you. Be the opposite of that. Be gracious. Be a giver. Sometimes you have to walk away from those who are taking. And that's just the bottom line. But that doesn't mean you can't be a giver that makes a difference in the world. A giver who gives gifts of love, compassion, kindness, mercy, hope, right? Motivation, inspiration, redemption. You have a power deeper inside of you than you didn't even realize that you had. You have a power that is infinite within you, and that power stems from love and turns into so many wonderful and colorful things. And that is the ultimate gift that you can give in the world. And that's a significant way that you can help to transform culture. So, during this Christmas season, you start seeing a streak of red across the sky, just remember, Fat Man's flying with his list in hand, coming your way. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. Take care. Who is it? What? What does he want? So let me get this straight. We got right hydraulics out and the right ski. And we got left hydraulics out in the forward node. That makes no sense. Let me put it on the list. Ah, Rudolph, turn left, turn left. Big snowball in the way, big snowball in the way. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, ride down Santa Claus Lane. Yeah, that shouldn't be in there, probably. Okay. Get serious, Santa. Get serious. You know, there are times when Santa's got to be serious. And there's other times Santa's eating all the food in your fridge. What do you think about that? Thomas wants golf clubs. Thomas. Shooting about a 110. Come on, Thomas. You don't need any golf clubs. You need some lessons, Thomas. You need some lessons. Lessons for Thomas. Gift certificate. Right, we'll take care of that. Your wife will appreciate that. Susan wants a blender. I'm pretty confident that that was probably written by her husband. I'm going to go ahead and line that out. Spa day. That's better. You're welcome, Susan. Yeah, see, this is what it means to give gifts. Sometimes you got to help some people out. All right, what else we got? Ed the mailman. Gloves. I don't think so. That out. Ed the mailman. Vacation. Would you else quit fighting? Calm down over there. It's okay. It's okay. We've got, look, we can get more. We can get more. Just take a breath. Take a knee. We'll get it. We'll take care of it. It's fine. It's all good. No worries. Oh, okay. Sports oxygen for Santa. When are we starting the video? In a minute. Oh, okay. I'll get wrapped up. Oh, crap. Did you know you turned the camera on? That's why they call me Master Elf. Because I know where the on button